6 years ago, I started a restaurant. We're here today to talk about it and celebrate.
Hi, my name is Catherine Hubert. This is my business, Chez Jeunesse, where I am the restaurant owner, chef, and disability integration coach.
6 ways being an entrepreneur has changed my life. Number 1, there is no one for me to pass problems up to. There's both a wonderful freedom and also a burden that comes from being your own boss. On one hand, no one is telling me what to do, but on the other, no one is telling me what to do. I really do enjoy being able to make decisions based on what I feel is best and having the flexibility and freedom to do that. But there are many days when holding the weight of the decision making and responsibility can be overwhelming and exhausting. Like there are nights when I drive around town aimlessly trying to decide what to eat for dinner because my brain has lost the ability to make another decision. But at the end of the day, I really do feel like I was always meant to be my own boss, and I honestly can't imagine going back to working for someone else. Number 2, my schedule looks completely different. One of the biggest things holding me back from starting my own business was the understanding and acknowledgement that it was going to change my whole life. Time that was mine wouldn't be any longer. Mental and emotional space that previously had been used for something else would now be given to work. And that prediction was correct. There's no real off switch. I am sometimes away, but never really off. That being said, slinging eggs for brunch has become my new weekend rhythm, and I love the vibrancy and the activity of being in the restaurant on a regular basis. And I've also grown to appreciate having Monday and Tuesday as my own personal weekend. Number 3, I have a community of people that I never would have had without this restaurant. This applies to my immediate work team, to our guests, and to the greater Greensboro community too. Having a public-facing business has opened me up to making more connections and knowing more people, and also to be known by more people too. This has become a really beautiful and also sometimes tricky aspect of life. I'm still very much navigating what it's like to create a space for humans to belong and to be welcomed, connecting over food and around the table, while also sometimes feeling like my role in most of my people's life is to serve them, creating a dynamic shift that sometimes leads to me feeling so fulfilled and so happy, and other times feeling lonely and isolated. This year, I am committing to finding connection and belonging for myself with the same fervor and value that I place on providing those things for others. Number 4, I have learned just how resilient I can be. Standing here today, 6 years deep, I am proud of myself. There have been countless times when the easier thing to do would have been to give up, to walk away, to say it's too hard. I will say I am not proud of myself for staying, because sometimes walking away is the best option, and walking away can be celebrated too. But I am proud of myself for the reasons that I have stayed. I have stayed because being present and engaged has been the best way to honor myself and the dream that I had. I have stayed because I am a fighter, and I was willing to put my heart into the world in hopes that it would change the way my corner of the world sees and does something. I have stayed because I believe in impact and calling myself and the people in my life to be more of who we are and not less. I have stayed because we are the place of new beginnings. At some point down the road, staying may not be the answer, but for now, I see and celebrate the ways that I have adapted, pushed, buckled down, pulled myself up, and persevered. Number 5, I know myself and my dreams better. Starting this business has split me open, and I have learned a lot about myself through that exposure. I have learned just how powerful and sneaky my fears and insecurities can be, how on my best days I'm motivated by connection and belonging, and on my worst days I'm driven by my image and wanting to look good. I created a concept that fully displays my characteristics, and some of those things are lovely and soft and strong and warm, and others are damaging and dysfunctional. I am learning how to hold both and recognize that all of them are part of me. My business and my team serve as a mirror to my own inner world and the complexities of having all 36 years of me housed in this one body that oftentimes still feels like a hurt little girl looking to find her place in this big wild world. Through it all, I am learning to lean into letting my imagination out instead of holding it in. And number 6, my body is a little worse for the wear, but I hold so much more gratitude for her. A quick inventory check. Over the course of the past 6 years, I have gained 7 tattoos, 3 significant scars. I dropped a knife in my foot. there was glass in the trash can, and I got a burn from a hot sheet pan. 1 moderate shoulder strain. Those egg pictures, man. I have gained dozens of gray hairs. They are really coming in strong this year. A soft belly because I've never quite been able to master a consistent workout schedule with my work schedule, and sometimes my meals are also inconsistent. Maybe a broken hand, still TBD on that one. A recent concussion that is now mostly healed, and Blundstones for days. They're the only shoes I found that support my feet and ankles enough. And if you would like to sponsor me, I would greatly appreciate it. It's a good thing I don't file workers' comp on myself, and even though I think my body might be happier or at least more rested, and probably hotter if I didn't have this job, I have so much appreciation for how strong I am and how hard my body works to keep me safe and well. Having a physical job and creating and serving things with my hands is fulfilling to me and brings me a lot of joy. And I actually really do enjoy looking at my body and being able to see the story of the past 6 years represented on and in it.
Thanks for joining me today for this sneak peek and chance to reflect on what the past 6 years, not all of what the past 6 years have meant to me, but some significant ways that it's impacted me. Thanks for being part of that impact, for continuing to be here, for being excited about my business and about this restaurant and the work that we're doing, for following along. I'm so grateful for you. Cheers and happy birthday to us.